I did was I wrapped some lace on one. I wrapped some embroidery floss on this one instead of sari silk, just for a little difference. And then I went ahead and wrapped some thread on this, and I cut a piece. These I did a yard. These, the thread I did 3 because it is thinner and it's not as bulky. And we tend to use this thread a little more. What I like to do is just hold my finger, hold the thread back there with a finger, and then just wrap it. Pretty simple. And hope that you don't get it all tangled up in a knot. Because of my luck today, it would. Okay, and then once we get down close to the end, we are going to make a small snippet in the side of the card. And let's see, we can go just to tuck the thread. Okay, so it keeps our thread in place, keeps it from unraveling. And you can do it on either side, or both actually, if you want a better, you know, so if you shorten it and it doesn't quite go and you don't want this long piece right here like that, you can tuck it to the other side, like, which is probably what I should have done to begin with. There we go. Just like that. So now we got a place and 5 little slots. You could probably, if you had all thread, you could, you know, it'd stay thin enough. If you put too much bulk in there, though, it is going to make it a little bulkier. But okay, so what I want to do now is make a little needle card to go with my threads. And what I need is a piece. I think I had a piece set aside for that I wanted to use. Yep, there it is. I want to cut a piece that is, I made myself a little note, 3 wide by 5.5 long. Where's my cutter? Okay, so we want it 3 wide. Take this little, I might strip off the end here. Three wide and 5.5 long. So let's take this end off. And I think I want this part kind of like my back of the, so let's see. Yep. Okay, 5.5. Okay, and then we're going to score at, so what you want to do is figure out where you want your, what you want on your back or the top or the fold over or whatever. And I want this piece kind of to be on the back. I like this ad. And I want the flowers to be my fold over. So I'm going to score at 2. And then 2 1/8, so 1 little notch over. And then at 4 3/8, so 4, 1, 2, 3/8. And then 4 1/2. And then at 5. Alright, so we can fold this part up, the bottom up, and then fold the first gusset, and just need to trim just a smidgen off the end there. I might have cut it a little long when I was measuring there with that. Okay. Alright. Just a little bit more. There we go. And then fold this one down. And I backed it with just a little bit of avocado dyed paper just to have something on the inside. You don't have to. Alright, and then give it a little ink. Inker dinker doos. Yeah, I probably won't get this video up until tomorrow because it's getting kind of late. And that might be part of my problem, is I'm probably a little tired. But hey, if you guys have not checked out Crafty Cat's channel, go and do so. She's got a couple other little projects that you can do with this kit. She also just loaded a video on some Mother's Day gift bags, which I went and got mine because they are adorable, and I think they will make just an awesome gift all by themselves. However, they're a great little gift bag that you can put like your Mother's Day gift in. Well, that's duh, that's what it is. But if you guys go and check it out, and they're in her, I think she has a few in her Etsy. I know I snagged one up. They are so cute. So, alright, and then we need a piece of felt. And we need to cut it 3 wide. And I think it was like 2 high. I cut this piece big because I wanted to make sure that I measured it right. So about 2.5 inches. So what I did with this, because it is a thinner felt, you can buy much thicker felt obviously, but I did not cut it through with this, but I used the blade to kind of guide. Okay, come on Denise, get it even. Well, it helps if I use an even side, doesn't it? Kind of rubbed it along there to kind of give me a little line there to cut along, so that I can try and cut it straight, as straight as possible. And I may need to cut it down a little bit more. Yeah, I think so. Like about. Well, I don't know why that's measuring. I need about 1/2 inch off of it. So I'll go 2 1/4 just to see before I cut another 1/2 inch off. So let's see, will that fit in there? And that's my cutting. Alright, let's see. Like I said, just kind of crooked too. That's what we want. So it's actually 3 by 2 inches, which is what I thought it was originally, but what I am going to do is take and sew this. Now you can glue it. You can certainly glue it. If you don't have a machine or you don't have the capability, that's fine. You can glue it. But I am going to sew it. See where this flap is folded over? I'm going to sew that onto that flap right there. Then once it's tucked up, I'm just going to put a small stitch in here about 1 inch long right in the center to hold it in place up at the top. But you can certainly glue it if you so choose. I leave it flapped this way so that way when you go to grab a needle, you can kind of grab underneath the felt, but the felt is tacked down so it's not all over the place. You see what I'm saying? So let me go do that. I'll be right back. Alright, see? So what I did was I did a small zigzag stitch, and then that way when it folded over with the gusset, I just laid it down and just put a small straight stitch there. Now you could do a straight stitch here, but this allows you to be able to close your little needle card. And then grab me a couple little needles here. Just poke it through, and then just make sure that your point goes underneath the felt because you don't want it sticking out to poke ya. Because, you know, that's only something that I do, you know. So there you go. You got a little needle card. And you can certainly decorate it. So, let's see. Let's put a little something something there. I don't want to cover too much of the ad. I like the ad there. And let's see. I don't know if I want to put anything there because it's like really big. Because I kind of want to cover over these little stitches. I have a little butterfly. I'm thinking that would look really cute right there. And then a little bit of cheesecloth maybe. Let's see, that's I think too dark a piece. Alright, I'll just use a little bit of this. A little bit of this and a little bit of that, right? I'm going to sharpen my scissors again. I love these scissors. Those as Janome. And I've had them for a while, and they're awesome scissors, but of course they were my fabric cutting scissors until somebody picked them up and used them for, I don't know, I think they went to go open the dog food bag or something, cut the dog food bag open, and I was like, really? You just ruined my scissors. You can't do that. Alright, let's cut this down just a little bit more. Just so it kind of, just want it to hide that stitch there, but I can still see the ad back there. Alright, and I think I'll add a little bit of glue on the back of this. These stick pretty good, but since it's going through the cheesecloth, I just want to make sure that we got grip there. Oop. 2-inch glue. And we'll just put that right there. And then pop the little wings up. Maybe. Probably should do this after it dries, I know. Alright, there we go. So now we have like a little dimensional butterfly. Hides the stitches on the back. Gives a little dimension. And then let's see what can we do on the front. We put little flowers on the front, and I'm thinking probably do the same thing here. So we got a lot of pink. So I don't want pink. How about a couple white ones? brightness off of it a little bit. Helps if you ink the right side, Denise. Okay. And then pop a little glue on back. See, now I think if that glue, that tacky glue, had a nice thin opening like that, it would be perfect. But I think that glue, that tacky glue, is probably too thick to go through something that small. I don't know. There we go. Put a couple little daisies on there. I don't know. Does it need anything else? I think that little thing is coming off back there. Maybe dab a little glue underneath there. Tack that back down. I mean, because it's going to hang this way, and that's just the front of it, so. You can hang it this way, or the other one I had, because I kind of did it upside down so that you could see the graphic the other way, and so that this one I think you can just kind of tuck it in there. And let's see, what else do we have left to do? Add our tags in the front. Well, I don't think I used my ruler all the way on that. There we go. And then tuck that in a little bit. Go this way. So the bulk's not all in the center. And let's see. Put this one in there, and this one, and this one. Okay, and then on the back side. Nope, that one I want going in there. I think we're going to make one for that. For some reason, this is really thick. I kind of didn't wrap it quite thin enough here. Try that. See if that's any better. There we go. Alright, we'll put this in here, the little card. Here, and then of course we can make some additional journaling cards, which I am going to make some additional ones to put in here. That's what I did from the remaining scraps, just some cards to put in there. But for this, what I want to do is, let's see if I can, where is my ruler? Here we go. And we gotta go inches, not centimeters, Denise. So there is 9. And I'll hold that in place and just make little marks. Keep shifting it. And this is just as a guide. It's not exact measurement, it just kind of gives you, have something to have a little idea, if you're wanting to space something, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We can do the same thing on the other side. Just because we can. And you could certainly go in and mark 1/2 inch or, you know, your little 1/8 inches or however you wanted to. It's your little ruler. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. Now we have a nice little ruler to put inside. Just fold it right in half. And put that in here. And of course we can just make up some journaling cards or more tags or whatever you want. That's what I'm going to do with this. I'll probably cut this out, do another little tag here, stick them in here, and then you have yourself a little sewing folder that you can, a little pocket, whatever, that you could take with you. Or you could certainly put this in the center as a center signature of a sewing journal, right? And you could tie it up and have it as a nice little surprise in the center. Or you could just do one without a ribbon and have it as an opening for the center portion of a journal. So I hope you guys like it. Hope you guys had fun. At least laughing along with me, if anything. Oh, and don't forget you got some altered paper clips too that you can pin on here. You know. And don't forget to go check her out. She's got some great little Mother's Day bags over there, and of course this kit, which is called 1923. And like I said, I will leave her link below to both her YouTube channel and her Etsy. And I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next time. Hugs, blessings, and plenty of love. Mwah. Bye, guys.